announce the gifts to the university.
Chancellor Morgan Sylvester, President Toop, Dean Dan, distinguished faculty, guests, and fellow graduates. As your valedictorian today, in addition to the task of coming up with something hopefully insightful and not cliche, I'm here also to announce the gifts that we, the grad class of 2011, are gifting to the university. I use the term we loosely, just like we have paid for the rest of our student fees, right, Mom and Dad? $5,000 for the Science Undergraduate Society for the Abdullada Science Center Building Improvement Project, $5,000 to AMS Tutoring for the redevelopment of the AMS Tutoring website, $1,500 to the AMS for the food bank for non-perishable food items, $5,000 to AMS Safe Walk for jackets for the walkers, $6,000 to the AMS Bike Kitchen for a bike sculpture, and finally $1,800 to AMS Volunteer Connect for volunteer management software. Congratulations! You've been accepted into kindergarten. Your responsibilities include finger painting, making best friends depending on who had Dunkaroos or fruit roll-ups, and learning 100 different variations of tag. Your finger painting must have been good, because congratulations, you've been accepted into high school. Your job responsibilities include staying up all night on MSN, discovering thy interest for Shakespeare, and learning 100 different reasons why you absolutely, positively need to have the car tonight. We are pleased to announce that your application into the Sauder School of Business has been accepted. Your job responsibilities include figuring out what a bell curve is and how to stay on the other side of it, cheering ching ching bling bling Sauder businesses thing amongst throngs of jeering crowds at Imagine Day. Don't worry, they're just jealous. And meeting undoubtedly the best people in your life. You'll live in squalor in Totem or Vanier, power through the never-ending calculus homework thanks to the free coffee from CG Lounge, and get really close to people riding the 99B line. Really close. You'll learn that you'll never have to cook dinner during recruiting season in September, where to sit in Brian Graham's class to avoid the microphone, and learn the art of skillfully picking out your professor's voice amongst the power drilling among Angus. As you progress during your years, you'll get some phenomenal opportunities. Studying abroad in a different country, competing in global case competitions, and learning from amazing professors. The kind that make you want to get off Facebook and really listen up. You'll become fluent in the language of PowerPoint, being able to whip up one of those bad boys in minutes, blindfolded, behind your back, while learning 100 different variations of acronyms, like SWOT, NPV, EBITDA, and my personal favorite, weighted average cost of capital, WAC. Which initially I thought was my finance professor trying to sound hip. So now we're here, fulfilled all our promises in our acceptance letter. Now what? We've learned a lot, from hard lessons to Angus, to valuable lessons at the pit. And in that, Sauder taught us the two things that really matter. Firstly, we learned that when you show up real, it works. So many times we get told to be yourself, and we hear, be yourself, but not if yourself is a guy who doesn't know how to dress appropriately, use the right forks at dinner, and shake hands with just the right amount of pressure. We build this notion of who we're supposed to be and what we should act like. And all of that is BS. Because truth is, no one can write a witty tagline like you can. No one can consult for a company like you, and no one can put together a team just like you can. Everyone's skills is unique, and being authentic, being real, is the only thing we can truly master. So let's be real and honest in everything that we do, from relationships to career goals to ambitions. Because if you're like me and a bad liar, people can see through the other stuff anyways. The second big lesson I learned is that fun matters. And man, did we learn how to have fun. What we've accomplished by graduating from Sauder is no small feat. It's tough work. We worked ourselves to the bone, stayed up late, did project after project after project. And we wouldn't have done it if we weren't able to have fun at the same time. At UBC, there was so much opportunity to do so. In the hallways at Totem, grabbing late-night sushi after an exam, dressing up in spandex for no apparent reason, Wednesday nights at a certain campus pub, also graciously financed by our parents. These are the things that we'll remember and the memories that we'll take away. And that lesson shouldn't stop here. We've got to find a way to continually inject fun into all aspects of our life. And now, for that final envelope. For the first time, it's empty. There's nothing inside telling us, congratulations, here's the next phase of your life planned out for you. Having worked for nearly 5 months already, I can see the struggle with this. A couple of weeks ago, something changed for me. I began to get restless, a bit anxious, and I couldn't figure out why. Then it hit me. I was at the 4-month mark. Our bodies for the past 4 years have been tuned to expect change and be able to change course every 4 months. It's like a clock gets reset, and we get to choose where we want to do next. Work, travel, go study somewhere else, take new courses, and then start fresh and leave it all behind. And now, we don't have those nice bite-sized 4-month chunks anymore. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels unsettling. In the next phase of our life, we don't have external benchmarks like grades or averages to ensure we're on the right track. We just don't know. We don't know if what we're doing is what we're supposed to be doing, if it's the right stepping stones to get to where we want to be, or where do we want to be? Or maybe we do know. Sure, it's not going to look the same that it did before, but it's there. As we shift our tassels from one side to the other, we similarly shift our benchmarking system from external, grades and averages, to internal, our gut. Which may not feel so good at first, especially if your gut is filled with a few Captain Crunch rolls from the eatery. But this is going to be our validation to ensure we're on the right track. Because when you're doing something and having fun, while being authentic and who you really are, you'll know you're in the right spot. You'll just feel it. As Ellen DeGeneres once said, follow your passion, stay true to yourself, never follow anyone else's path. Unless you're lost and in the woods and you see a path, then by all means, you should follow that. Congratulations to all the grads of 2011. Let's show this world what we're made of.
Woo!
Thank you, Ms. Dhalla. I now